Today we have a dish that's hard to beat any day of the week. We're going to be making a chili bolognese. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody that cooking should be fun and you should be able to relax when you're cooking. So, make sure everybody has their meditation juice.
It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited.
I got a nice cup of jasmine meditation juice today. Alright, to begin everything, we need celery, onions, carrot, and garlic. We're going to peel and chop all this stuff up. We don't want these tips. And we don't want these, so they're gone. Alright, and then for carrots, there's two main methods in cutting them. You can either cut them flat, like so, to make a flat surface, and then work on them, or you can do what's known as a roll cut, like that. Just do whichever one you like the most and practice it. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to do this flat style for this dish. Trim these down. And I'm going to speed this up so you guys at home don't have to watch me do the whole thing. Alright, we got our carrots. Work on the onion next. Want one full onion. Alrighty. So with these onions, we're going to cut them into little tiny cubes. Alright, so first we're going to do a horizontal cut. And if you're worried about your hand, I recommend using your fingers on top of this blade. And instead of pushing with this hand, we're going to squeeze these fingers in like this. That way you don't have to worry about the blade jumping across and cutting your hand. So nice and slowly all the time in the world. Alright, so we got our horizontal cuts. Now we're going to do some vertical ones. Alright, so, and then now, because we have the horizontal and vertical done, every time we do a cut on this onion, these are going to be perfectly diced, okay? So, I'm going to do the rest and fast forward, but if you guys want to practice at home, that's how you do it. Alright, then we have these little stumps here on the onions, and you don't have to be fancy with them, we're just going to give them a quick dad chop.
A sun chop!
Alright, and last but not least, we have the celery. Do not sleep on the celery. pull these little leaves off. All right. Okay. Try to keep everything about the same width as we can. Alright. And we're gonna do a vertical slice, okay? Watch your fingers when you're doing this. Be careful. About the same size. All right, now that it's all about the same size, it's not exactly the same, but it's close enough. You kind of bundle everything together, chop it all together. All right, and please do not throw these celery leaves away. They can be used for when the sauce is together and stewing, okay? So there's still flavor in those leaves, even if we're not going to eat them. All right, so I'm gonna clear away some of this and I'll be right back. All right, so next up we have the garlic. And we could just slice it really thin and that would be fine, but I'm gonna show you how to dice it up really fine like, okay? So it's gonna be very similar to how we did the onion. You're gonna make horizontal cuts first. It's actually not very hard because all these grains are going left and right, so it kind of helps you out, like that. And then I'm gonna grab further up on the blade to do the vertical, like so. If you prefer a paring knife, please use that instead. And then we're just gonna dice it down like we did before with the onion. And there you go. You have a nice diced garlic, okay? And I'll just do this one and speed it up like normal. These three vegetables here, carrot, onion, and celery, are what's known as a mirepoix in French cooking. I cannot remember what the Spanish term for that is. If somebody can remember, please put that down below so everyone else can read it. But these combos of veggies are probably the most important for European style cooking, and they're in a ton of other cooking from around the world. So if you can master these, you can cook so many things. So let's move on to our meat.
That's what she said.
In this chili bolognese, we'll be using two primary meats. We're gonna use beef, and then I have a pork chorizo. It's gonna be delicious. All right, our seasoning for the beef, we're gonna smush it down so it's as wide as possible. And we're gonna start off with salt. Don't be afraid to give it a healthy amount of salt. It's going to be a big dish. And if all the salt's here, you don't have to salt it later. Some black pepper. Butterfingers. Use some onion powder. And use some garlic powder. put in some chili pepper. Just enough to coat the top. Use a little bit of chili powder. I'm going to use a few red pepper flakes. Don't need a lot. Just enough. And then for me, I'm going to add just a little bit of cayenne pepper. Mom doesn't like spice quite as much as I do, so I'm just going to lightly season it with pepper. On the other side, we're going to do the same seasonings, so I'm going to speed through this like I normally do. I'm going to slow it down now because I actually forgot a spice, or a seasoning rather. Some smoked paprika. Don't forget that. So before I throw this down on the frying pan, I'm going to season the other side too. Alright, and as for our pork chorizo, oh, I forgot to say this. This is about a pound of beef. I measured it earlier myself. You can go a little higher, a little lower. And I have about a 1/4 pound of pork chorizo. Now, if you're in a spot that you can't find pork chorizo, you can just use regular ground pork and then season it similarly to the beef, and you'll get pretty darn close. Alright? So once these are seasoned the way we like, we're going to give this beef about, say, 5 minutes or so just to kind of rest on its own, and then we're going to put it down on the frying pan, okay? So I'll see you in about 5 minutes. We're going to sear off our meat in this pan to get the nice fat and the good flavor going, alright? Do not forget your exhaust fan. This has got a lot of spice in it, so that'll go that will go right in your face. So make sure you have an exhaust fan. I'm going to put mine on low, so hopefully everybody can hear me. And we're going to go straight down on this frying pan. And in goes the pork. And we're going to let this sear on both sides. So we're going to have about 2 minutes, flip it, about 2 minutes, okay? So, this is the perfect time to go take a sip of your meditation juice, whatever it may be. I'll see you in about 2 minutes. Let's see what kind of crust we got. Oh, there we go. Pick this up so you can see it. That's the kind of color that we want when we throw it down initially. That's why we heat up the frying pan as much as we do beforehand. Alright, and then once this is seared, flip over pork 2. Once this is seared, we're just going to break it up. So I'll see you in about another 2 minutes. And we're just going to check there we go. Oh, look at that. You're not going to get as much of a crust on the other side. Typically, the first side you throw down is going to sear the best. But we're getting some really, really good flavor out of all of this. Now we're just going to mix it all up. Alright, I'm going to show you something. There's a bunch of stuff on the bottom of this frying pan that's a little bit stuck there. That's called fond. It's got tons of flavor in it. It is loaded with umami. Boo! No! So, we're gonna do a trick here in a second to get all of that flavor off of that pan before we throw in our vegetables. First, we're gonna let this brown, cook all the way through, and then we'll do our trick. So just wait until it's all browned all the way through. Alright, we're back. The meat's been going for about, I'd say, 3 minutes or so on a medium-low heat. All that fat's coming out, and that is delightful, but some of it's getting stuck on the bottom there because it's just cooking at a high heat, and that's what happens. So, we're going to deglaze it. And typically with Italian food, with beef and whatnot, you want to deglaze with a red wine. I don't have red wine, but still want to deglaze with something with flavor rather than water. So, here it is. We'll just throw a little bit of that in there. Going to scrape the bottom, and that will deglaze it. And now, in goes our vegetables. Carrots, bit of onion, and we're going to go with our celery. Sorry, other hand. There we go. And we're just going to mix this all up with our meat there. Make sure anything that's stuck together gets separated. Otherwise, why'd you cut it? There we go. And there might be some bright boys in the comments below that are asking, how come this idiot didn't take the meat out and saute the veggies in the beef fat? Everybody knows that's the only way to do it. I win again. I don't know about you, I don't like to do a ton of dishes. And this whole thing's gonna stew for a while. So the difference in flavor is not great enough for me to do that. Just the way that is. Sometimes you gotta find a shortcut whenever you can. Alright. And lastly, we're going with our garlic. And there's no fear of the garlic burning because look at how much moisture is in this just from the veggies. So don't worry about that. Just stir it all through. That way our flavor is all the way through this pot of food. Alright. And we're going to wait, and we're going to check on this every couple of minutes until these, see if, there you go. I need these onions to get soft and kind of translucent. So we'll be back in a few minutes, alright? So go grab a drink and relax. While our veggie and meat concoction is going on the stove, there's plenty of time we can prepare our other stuff. So let's get our tomatoes ready to go. Now I've already got 2 cans of diced tomatoes and I've got a can of tomato paste. But we're going to throw some Roma tomatoes in there just for fun. Alright, so let's slice these bad boys open. Alright. So we got them sliced open, and if you don't mind tomato seeds in your sauce or your soup, you can just toss them in the way they are. Otherwise, I'm planning to just cut these little cores of the tomato out and take all the seeds out. I'm going to use the flesh and remove the seeds. Alright, I'm going to do it for everything. I'll show you the first one and then I'll just speed through it. There you go. Just like that. All the seeds are down here, and this is all the fleshy good stuff, so I can just toss it into the pot whenever it's all done. So let me just speed through this, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Alright, and that's all of them without their seeds, without the cores. Alright. Now I have been stirring this off and on while I was slicing those tomatoes and everything, so don't think I forgot about them. The smell is fantastic already without any tomatoes or anything. Here's our sliced romas. Get them all in there. Alright, now we're going to go tomato heavy. Got a full can here. There's 1, 2, and a can of tomato paste. Oh yeah. All right. Now we're going to give this a nice lazy stir, just so the tomato gets throughout the pot. Alrighty. So we have a little bit of tomato paste left in the can. We're not going to waste that. I have my electric kettle here with some hot water in it. We're going to give that a shake. There we go. And now we're going to do roughly 2 cups of chicken stock. I have some chicken bouillon and I put 2 cups worth of stock in it, and I only mixed 1 cup worth of water. So let's do 1 more cup of water. There you go. There's plenty of pre-made boxed bouillon in the stores. They're all pretty good. Pick the one you like and use it. And if you're the type that likes to make your own stock, that is A-okay with me.
The power is yours.
Alrighty. Now we are going to let this puppy cook on a medium to medium high heat with the lid on it. Dad almost forgot something. Actually, Dad did forget something. Before we go, let's put in our herbs, because the longer they're in there, the better it'll taste. So we're going to throw in some parsley, just for fun. We're going to throw in some oregano. I have bay leaves here. If you can't find those, that's fine. They'll just add a little extra something something. If you get fresh bay leaves, they're way more powerful, but I have these dried ones. They'll work just fine. And then you remember the celery. The celery leaves we had from earlier. Those go in too, because why not? Give that a quick lazy stir. And now I will see everybody in about a half hour, 45 minutes. Alright. Keep in mind I have been stirring this off and on over the time, but look at this. Got nice and thick and wonderful. Full disclosure, while I was waiting, I threw in about, say, 2 tablespoons worth of olive oil and about 1 tablespoon's worth of butter. Okay? Those oils and fats are going to make this feel so much better when you're eating it. It's gonna, that's where all the comfort in comfort food comes from. Okay. There we go. I probably should have thrown that in at the beginning, but that's life. Alright, and now is the time where we're gonna taste for our seasonings.
Tastes it. He tastes it and tastes it, then tastes it some more.
Grab you a spoon. Okay. This tastes lovely. Absolutely lovely. Now, if you're in a spot where you're tasting it and it's a little bit too spicy, throw in a little bit of cream or a little bit of butter, and that will mellow the spices just a tad bit. Alright, this is lovely. We're going to let it cook with the lid on it. I'm going to put it down at a low simmer. There is no way that this can cook too long. The longer it cooks, the more all of the flavors are going to mingle. The spices are going to get spicier, all the herbs are going to get herbier.
And Leon's getting larger.
Everything's going to come together and be lovely. So now is the time that we're going to start to heat up our pasta. Alright, so we have a nice rolling boil here. So now we know the water is up to temperature. We're going to salt the water. Heavily salt the water. I'm going to be honest with you, I see other people do this. I don't know if it really makes a difference, but I do it because they do it. One of these days I'm just going to make a video to see if there's actually any difference. But for today, we'll salt the water. I'm going to throw in our pasta of choice. I'm going to go with some penne. There we go. That's about 2 cups worth of pasta. Alright. Make sure you give her a stir so the pasta doesn't stick to itself inside the water. And you can use whichever pasta you would prefer. These penne are good. The seashells are really nice. They trap a lot of the sauce. Elbow, like the macaroni noodles, are pretty good. Anywho, we'll let this boil for about, say, 9-10 minutes. We're looking for it to be kind of soft, but still a little bit firm. Okay, a little bit undercooked. All right, see you guys in about 9 minutes or so. Alright, our pasta is almost done cooked through. I'm going to take about a cup. This is about 3/4 of a cup of the pasta water. Save that for later. And we're going to drain the pasta and add it to our sauce. Go around the rim. There we go. There we go. There's all kinds of basically tomato paste that gets stuck to the sides of the pot you want to make sure those get in there because that's concentrated flavor. Alright, and this is also when you're going to want to take out all the things you don't want to eat. So the bay leaves are coming out, the celery leaf is coming out, and I'm gonna speed this up so you guys don't have to, wait for the whole darn thing. There is a third bay leaf in here, but that one's just gonna have to go to a lucky fan. Oh, maybe we found it. Nope. Okay, well, someone's gonna find it. It'll probably be me. Anyway, pasta's going in the pot. There we go. Everybody in the pool. There we go. There we go. We're going to stir this pasta into the sauce, and we're going to let the pasta finish cooking while it's in the sauce. It's more likely to absorb some of the flavor while it's cooking, because as the pasta cooks, it's going to absorb all of the surrounding sauce, just naturally. Okay. And now you have an option. You can either keep it like this, and this is going to be very good, or you can add a little bit of pasta water like so. We're also going to add about 1/3 cup of milk. Okay. That's just going to add a little bit of richness to the whole concoction, just like the butter, just like the olive oil. There we go. And it looks a little goopy and kind of yucky right now, but that's all gonna go away as it cooks. There we go. I've had it on a low heat, so we're gonna turn it up. That way we can cook out some of this extra liquid that we just added to the pot. But it's gonna taste so much more luxurious now that we have the milk in there.
More taste, more goodness, more, dare one say, class?
So I will see you guys. Oh, my daughter says we'll see you in about 10 minutes or so. All right. So it's been about 10 minutes, and what we're looking for is what we're looking for is, like I was saying, what we're looking for is for this liquid to evaporate as much as possible. That will intensify the flavor. There we go. And it will make each bite that much better. Okay? So that's why we were adding the pasta water. That's why we did the underbaked pasta itself. That's why we added the milk and the butter. Not only did it add richness and give us a bit more flavor, but it thickened this entire thing up. Okay? Alright, here we are, plated up. Now it's only missing a couple of things. Of course, this is a nice pasta, nice tomato pasta. So we're going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Alright, I got this freshly grated Parmesan cheese. If you only have the stuff that comes in the can, that's fine, I guess. But if you go with the real deal, you will not regret it. So we're going to let that melt on top. And then, of course, we're going to add our little something green. We're going to dust it with some oregano just for some nice eye candy. Alrighty. So, Everybody try this out. Let me know how you like it. And then let me know what your pasta recipes are, your sauce recipes. Please like, share, subscribe. Do all that fun stuff. Hit the notification bell. Alright. Until next time, I've been Dad. Just make sure you get all the seeds. Otherwise, your wife is just gonna give you all kinds of help.